this morning. The 8th Air Force carpet-bombed the Panzer Lehr Division to the brink of extinction. Surviving Panther tanks are withdrawing. Able Company, supported by the 4th Cav, will be pursuing them. To counter the heavily armored Panther tanks, we've been supplied with M10 tank destroyers.
So, hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Sir Cypher here. Let's play Company of Heroes, Mission 11, I think. Sorry, I forgot to check the mission before I started. But, it is the next mission prior to the, or after the one we just played. So, yeah, I'm sure you'll figure out which mission this is because it will be in the YouTube title. But anyway, we have to do some tank hunting, and we can finally get M10 tank destroyers, which is kind of backwards because normally in a multiplayer game, you get tank destroyers before normal tanks. So I guess crows really like eating tank pieces.
All right. The Panzer Lehr took a beating this morning, but its Panther tanks are still operational and a threat to us. Air recon shows the Panthers were last spotted in this area, and we can presume they're waiting for us. We're outgunned here, and those Panthers have the element of surprise, so proceed with caution. Once we've located the Panthers, use Shermans and infantry to draw them out, and then deploy the M10 tank destroyers to flank them.
So, this is an M10 tank
Our
destroyer.
M10s are fast and pack a punch, but they can't go toe-to-toe with a Panther. Go for the side or rear armor. Get it filled.
Ready to take the field.
Now, this is an M10 tank destroyer. Its advantages is it's pretty good with destroying tanks right off the bat. But the problem with it is that actually the upgun Sherman, if you get the Sherman and you give it the upgrade, is actually better at destroying tanks than the actual M10 is. So, we're going to use them though because that's the mission. But, like I said, the actual, the Shermans with the 76mm gun upgrade are, for the most part, better at destroying tanks than the M10 is. But the M10 is really fast, and it's got pretty good armor penetration. But it's very ineffective against infantry. That's its biggest weakness. Anyway, our actual objective here is to destroy 7 Panther tanks. And there are only 7 Panther tanks on the map, so we have to find all 7 and blow them up. The sort of weird thing is that, not really weird, but the enemy Panther tanks, the longer you take on this mission, the more veterancy they gain. As in, the enemy keeps sort of buying veterancy for their troops. So, we're going to do it as quickly as we can, but we might have a problem with that at some point. I'm going to get some, I'm just going to get some normal infantry. Alright, so, the M10. The M10's fast, it has less armor and health than a Sherman, but its starting gun is a lot better. And also, it doesn't have any machine guns, and it has very little AoE for its main gun, so you know, obviously in single player, in multiplayer rather, it costs a lot less fuel, so it's good to get out fast when you don't have 90 fuel for a Sherman and then another 50 fuel for the 76mm gun. But once you get the 76mm gun, Shermans are as good or better at destroying tanks than they are. So, there's that.
Move it. Ready for battle.
And historically, that was the case. tank destroyers were designed, for the Americans at least, to be less like oh crap. Were designed to be like tanks that were especially effective at destroying enemy tanks, and more just really fast mobile units that could respond to enemy tank incursions. So this is just a Stug 4. There's a Panther over there somewhere. Just got mobilized.
Enemy unit down.
So my tank destroyer blew that up. There's going to be a lot of repairing involved in this mission.
Let's go.
But we're just going to keep advancing up here. Upgrade the good gun so then our Shermans can compete. So yeah, unlike the other countries, actually Great Britain didn't really have any dedicated tank destroyer tanks. The closest they had was the Sherman Firefly, but Russian and German tank destroyers were more designed to be really heavy, solid units that could knock out a tank in like a single shot. But the American tank destroyers were more designed to be very fast vehicles that could get to a problem area very quickly and support infantry against armor. So we'll get some more riflemen out here. We got my M10 repaired here.
Enemy unit down.
So it says there's a Panther here, but I don't see it. I think it might have scurried off. Again, there's all sorts of machine guns in these buildings, so you really actually have to use your tanks to protect your infantry. Which is, I don't think the point of this mission is. I think they maybe should have laid off the,
Let's go.
Enemy unit down.
Oh yeah, the enemy sends crap to attack your base for some reason. So I better send a tank back here to guard against
We have
that.
a secured sector under attack.
The enemy's over here burning down my field point. Okay, so here's the first Panther. This is actually the first Panther we've seen in this. Obviously, as you can see, it's destroying the Sherman.
Let's go.
But what we'll do is we'll use this superior speed of this M10 to drive behind it and hit it from the rear. And at the same time, well, actually I'm going to kill that thing now, but we'll throw a bunch of sticky bombs at it, and hopefully we should be able to finish it off with that.
Enemy unit down.
So I destroyed that flak panzer. No, you're going to get hit in the side armor. So we destroyed the main gun using the mobility of the M10. So now we can finish off. We can destroy this Panther. I'm not sure what that flak track, that half track went. But
Let's go. We'll take it.
we'll get my engineers up here to repair my Sherman, because we're going to need veteran Shermans, and just do a little touch-up repair on my M10. And we'll have these riflemen keep advancing. I just did realize, though, we never built a casualty clearing center, so I'll have to fix that at some point. Probably build one more squad of engineers.
Rifle squad on point.
Point is ours. What say we lock it down?
Pull them back. Time to kill some crowds.
Repairs
So the M10 is finished building, so we'll advance it over here. There's another enemy Panther. That's no fun. You can see it's veterans. This one's veterancy 1, so the enemy keeps increasing the veterancy.
Army's
on their vehicles. They have a sniper in this tower again. For a mission where it seems like they want you to hunt tanks, they put a lot of other stuff here that really makes it feel like more like your tanks are there to protect your infantry. So I think that was a sort of a questionable level design issue.
Underway.
Hammers and nails, ladies. Come on, hammers and nails.
But
Fight today.
we'll bring my other Sherman back over here. So the enemy has a Panzer IV, a Panther, and a Stug, which is a lot of guys. But we'll see if we can flank them here. I'm not sure where this Panther's going. But
Engineers, saddle up. Rifle ready, sir. Yes, sir.
we flanked this Stug 4 with my Sherman. Or we slowed it down with the Sherman, and now we flanked it with the M10. Now hopefully we can do that again over here.
Time to kill some crowds.
I'll throw another sticky bomb at that. And then we'll attack there. We'll bring in this Sherman here.
Engineers, take
We'll have my engineers repair and combat.
What do you need?
Actually, I should be repairing this M10 because it's getting blasted.
Engineers under fire. Direct hit. Panther is his.
So we flanked the Panther.
Sir, rifles.
So now we've taken out 2. I forgot there was a sniper here. It's killing all of my engineers.
Await your
Put
orders,
another
sir.
OP. Oh, we don't. Okay, we don't need any more fuel. Actually, it's dumb.
Infantry reserves en route. Reinforcement proceeding.
Get out and teach Jerry a lesson.
So we blew up that sniper. Repaired my M10.
Yep. Just like at the garage back home. Let's go net that point. All right.
We'll bring these new engineers up here,
Rifleman,
and we'll
move
take
on.
this
Front
point.
center.
Oh, we'll take it all right.
Okay, men, so up is
At
good.
the same time, we'll take these other tanks we have. Keep advancing north, trying to flush out some more Panthers.
Listen up,
On our
people.
way. Infantry, weapons
Listen
loaded,
up,
move
people.
out. Squad on me.
Now I'll build another M10 here because hey, this is probably the only mission I'm ever gonna use them, so I might as well you know, showcase them as much as I can.
Good to go.
If you've watched my multiplayer rewards little video, you'll know that there's actually a different unit that I like to use in multiplayer instead of the M10. It's called the Hellcat,
Rifles,
and I'm a pretty big fan of that, so
Move it, squad.
that's normally what I use instead of the
Time to kill some crowds. Weapons loaded. Move out.
instead of the Sherman.
Get out and teach
I mean instead of the M10. Now our armor doctrine for this mission is in fact armored company. But if I'm correct, we don't actually get enough points to get the Pershing, which is the heavy Allied tank. Well, the heavy American tank. So.
Time to
Infantry
kill some
reserves
crowds.
en route. Reinforcement proceeding.
So we've got an AT gun here, but it's pointed the wrong way. So we'll take care of that. We also have an M10 here, or a flak panzer here, but that's not really going to stop my Sherman and my
Time to get out and
Ready
teach
for the
Jerry a
crowd.
lesson.
all of my other guys, so we'll be okay.
Rifle squad. Yep.
Panther! Hit the
Uh-oh. There's a Panther there. Uh-oh. But I got backup. Uh-oh. Shoot
Enemy
Goliaths.
unit down.
Fortunately, American armor rolls pretty deep. Send some guys over here to sticky bomb this panther if it comes over here. These big explosions are from Goliaths.
Time to kill some crowds.
So I'm just sort of an aside, just so I'll have something to talk about while I'm fishing out all these panthers. The way that tanks and infantry are sort of presented in Company of Heroes isn't always entirely accurate, because in real-world militaries, almost always tanks and infantry are in separate units. You have armor divisions, you have armor battalions, brigades, and then you have infantry divisions and armor brigades. So this very close-in support of this tanks and infantry didn't always happen like this. And a lot of times, sometimes infantry was unsupported by tanks, or tanks would be unsupported by infantry. Now I'm going to take this high ground, or at least rather I will attempt to do so. I'm going to build yet another Sherman here while I blow the crap out of this base. You can't actually win this mission by destroying this enemy base, but I like to destroy it because otherwise they keep building tanks from it and it's a pain in the ass. And then once you get rid of it, you can kind of take your time more or less and finishing off the rest of these enemy panthers. So since my Shermans are over here blasting this building, I'll sort of send my M10 over here to scout. Smoke screen. Uh-oh, what's this? Oh, there's a panther here. That's actually very unusual. Normally there's no panthers in this area. So we're going to have to definitely deal with that. And probably bring some engineers up here to repair these guys. These guys are pretty much out of these buildings, so now I can have my rifles run up here and throw sticky bombs on all these dudes. Where is the sniper? Oh, there's a sniper here. You son of a bitch. I hate snipers so much. So, I don't know why this tank is driving over here. I don't know why these riflemen are following it. Oh, he was trying to kill that Panzer IV. So I need to back off.
Enemy
I
unit.
need infantry to kill this sniper. So I'll start uncapping this building. And they'll just keep shooting. But now that I've sort of destroyed this, these guys in this building, I'm going to try and flank with these units.
Enemy unit down.
So maybe I can't flank that Sherman or that Panther. I'm getting attacked here by Panzer IVs all over the place. I need to back off here. I need to back off here with this M10 because I'm getting blasted. So I'm trying to repair my tanks as best as I can. I'm gonna actually have to send some more engineers up here while I do this. For some reason my guys keep stopping capturing this building, so I'm gonna have to start capturing it or uncapturing it again.
Enemy unit down.
And this building over here, as you can see, is basically continuing to build stugs. So I gotta get rid of that.
Just point us at
So I'm just gonna keep attacking these buildings. Got my engineers helping out here. Repairing this M10. And you might say, why are you doing this? This looks like a big hassle. They're just attacking your base. You're fighting at their base, which is probably the stupidest thing. But in reality, if you don't do this, they keep attacking your base. So it's easier just to blow up all their stuff than to try and keep deal with the enemy attacking your base constantly. Now the enemy's gonna keep putting guys in this building, and you see actually they just exited the building when I was about to throw a grenade, which is smarter than I normally give them credit for. So the enemy seems to be almost repairing this building faster than I can destroy it, which is pretty annoying. There we go, finally. So get these guys over here. We'll move these Shermans up. Attack these Panthers. While the Panthers running away. Destroy these armored cars. So the Panthers running away. But if I can destroy all these buildings, it'll be completely worth it. So as part of that, I'm going to actually just destroy this big building. So the enemy can't keep garrisoning it. So yeah, the enemy is being pretty smart. They're throwing grenades. They're fighting me here. I'm actually going to have to retreat and send some more rifles up here. Got more engineers up here. But yeah, there's no like real super easy way to do this, because the enemy has all sorts of supporting units, like these Panzer IVs. But I'm not going to let this Panther get away now. Gonna have everybody blast it. So now I'll drive over here because I don't think there's any more Panthers in the immediate area. And so we should be able to... If you see what I'm doing here, I'm actually I'm sending queued waypoints so my guys won't run through enemy territory.
Enemy unit down.
And I'm just trying to blow up these buildings so the enemy will stop building tanks. But we have, and once we've done that, we can just fish out the last couple of Panthers, and it'll be pretty trivial. So I think I can cap this point now. I think I've destroyed the machine gunners. So as part of that,
unit down.
I'm going to capture this. Sadly, we can't actually capture this sector. It's like specifically locked down to be the computers. But we'll repair all these vehicles.
Combat engineers, good to go. Just like at the garage back home. Listen up. Move your ass. Yeah.
Engineer replacements are mustering now.
And overall, we were doing pretty good.
Objective secured. Rifle squad defending.
Got hostiles in the compound.
Oh yeah, the enemy's attacking us, like I sort of suggested they would.
Ready. Deploying. Heads up.
But
Engineers, take
Infantry
we have an
reserves
M10,
en route. Reinforcement proceeding.
so they're not really going to be able to hurt us.
engineers, take fire.
So we'll keep moving out here. I'm going to turn this into a forward barracks.
Listen up, squad.
Enemy unit down.
Understood.
And
Germans are pounding our base.
we'll use the vehicles I have that are healed to keep moving forward. And attempting to sort of flank the enemy.
Yes, sir. On me. On me.
Panther acquired. Weapons free.
Where's their panther? There's no panther here.
We have to flank those
Oh shoot, there's a panther. Uh-oh. Oh my goodness, and there's a Panzer IV coming.
Enemy
There's
unit
tanks all
down.
over the place. I'll run.
Base is under enemy fire.
So I
Enemy
guess none of
unit
my guys can shoot for some reason. And so I'm going to have to back off here.
Got hostiles in the compound.
Can't shoot for some
Base is
reason.
under attack.
Back up, you jerk. So these guys are getting hammered out here, but
Full strength in no time.
for some reason my tanks don't want to do what I want. The enemy is attacking with the stuff, but because we have a tank here, they can't really do that much.
Reinforcement
Enemy
underway.
unit
Down.
So that's everything but the Panther.
Have them back to full strength and Germans are pounding our base.
So we'll do that. Shoot at them. So we'll try and flank it with the M10. We'll see how well that works. As you can see, Shermans take very large amounts of damage from Panthers. Trying to flank it with the M10, but obviously, Panthers are pretty fast. Panthers are just really good tanks all around. So
Enemy unit down. Have them back to full strength in no time.
So
Panthers reloading. Move, move, move.
fought off the attack on my base. Destroyed that Panther. Somehow didn't manage to lose any of my Shermans,
Squad is
which is very surprising. The enemy for some reason retreats units to right here. I'm not sure why. As you can see though, the whole sort of system for moving tanks can get sort of unwieldy if you have large numbers of tanks. Units just sort of stop doing what you want them to do. Like right now I was clicking stop and the tank didn't move. But normally that's not a problem because, I mean, in single player this happens, but most multiplayer maps aren't like this. This is a very congested map, and most multiplayer maps are fairly open, so the problem with getting your units all congested doesn't really happen quite as much.
just like it to go right back home. Get ready to move.
So the enemy has lots of AT guns,
Riflemen ready.
but they're basically always pointed the wrong way, but I drove past it because I wasn't paying attention. So now I gotta kill it.
Enemy unit
Again,
down.
I'm not a really super big fan of this mission because it's just, I don't know, to me it's a little boring because You haven't seen it yet, but the secondary objective of this mission is actually is to lose only 5 tanks. So you can't, even if you wanted to, you can't play it like willy-nilly. You know, just massing tanks and letting them die, and who cares? Because if you do, you won't be able to get the secondary objective. So it's kind of weird in that
Unit
respect.
down. Got hostiles in the compound. Base is under attack.
Give it all she's got. Shit! They're ready for the weapons. Roger.
So there's another little enemy base there. So we're just gonna blast it. We only need to find 3 more Panthers.
Engaging hostiles.
Engineers, get the piss packing out of
Back in the war. Just tell us what you need.
Enemy units.
So we've
down.
got plenty of tanks now.
Taking fire.
Let's say we lock it down.
So we're gonna keep advancing, and we're just gonna do a full sweep around this whole area. I will turn. Where's a building that's not halfway destroyed? That's fine. We don't need to turn another building to a field barracks just yet, I don't think. So we'll drive these down here.
Under fire.
Okay, give me an eyeball.
Hustle it up. Heavy cab.
Enemy unit down.
Squad.
So I don't see any enemies here.
I said advance.
So we'll start heading this way.
Pursue all contact.
I guess we'll head all the way south.
On combat footing and moving. Someone call the cavalry. Gotta come down. Cav, ready for full alertness.
Looks like we're
Engage on contact. Or we'll take it.
I'm just guarding here because sometimes the enemy tries to rebuild their little base. Other than that, we will keep advancing.
Taking fire. They won't know what hit 'em. Keep it moving.
Oh, there's a panther here. Shoot.
Got hostiles in the compound.
So,
Base is under attack.
oh shit, flamethrower guys. Uh-oh.
Combat low. Taking fire.
So there's a panther here, so we're gonna have to deal with that.
Enemy unit down.
But we have 3 Shermans and an M10. Should be able to figure something out. So I'll hold my M10 here.
ambush.
The enemy has a panther. We'll drive my M10 over here to flank it, and then I'll hit it from the front from my 3 Shermans. You can see right here that this panther is now veteran C2. All the tanks are actually veteran C2,
Enemy
so
unit down.
it's something that you got to be aware of. The longer you take, the higher veterancy these units get. I'm gonna get field repairs so I don't lose this Sherman.
Field repair.
Hell yeah. Panther
And I have
kill
plenty
confirmed.
of munitions to use it. And I'll blast the crap out of this Panzer IV.
Got crowd activity over here.
And I'll shoot, and I'll take out this flat Panzer over here. So you can
Enemy
see
unit
some crap
down.
spawned here that we got to deal with now. Well, maybe it'll just sit there. Maybe I'll be lucky. It'll just sit there. But yeah, the enemy will keep spawning stuff, but it won't be nearly as much stuff as if there will be if you don't destroy their base. But anyway, only got 2 Panthers left. Just for the record, I think that the missions after this are much more exciting. So if you're like, oh, this is just going to be a couple more missions of watching this guy micro tanks, I assure you the next couple ones are a little bit more interesting. So we'll flank over here with this last, crap. Well, I'll probably run into them anyway because I think they're going to come attack my base. So up here's another Panther. And this Sherman needs to turn to face it.
Enemy unit
This
down.
M10 needs to drive over here.
Roger
Put
that.
another field repair so I don't lose another Sherman. I might actually lose another Sherman. So I might lose this Sherman, but I've got 3 guys shooting from behind, so I'll probably take it out.
Panther target is smoking.
Same time, we got some other stuff here. We got a machine gun here. It shouldn't last very long. Uh-oh. Here's the last Panther, which is right here. So this is all we got to destroy to end this mission.
Enemy unit down.
I've damaged the engine. This Sherman is fixed up, so I'll use that as the bait. And
Confirmed.
I'll use field repairs yet again because I don't want to lose my Sherman or my M10. But I think I'll be okay. This guy's repairing it. But I'll throw a grenade at his engineers, and then I'll flank it with this last M10.
Enemy unit down.
And I'll just retreat these rifles because they're going to die. And this should end the mission. Now, normally it doesn't tell you about the secondary objective until you lose a tank. So hopefully it'll still give it to me even though I haven't lost any tanks. But you'll just have to trust me in that. The secondary objective for this mission is to lose 0 tanks. Or to lose less than 5 tanks. And I lost 0 tanks, so we should be okay.
Schütze, halten Sie sich bereit. Distanz 850 Meter.
The area is not secure. Set up a defensive perimeter now. Spencer. Conti, just the man I need to talk to. All right.
Ziel, amerikanische Offiziere. 623 Grad. Feuern Sie, wenn Sie wollen.
Sorry, this is just ridiculous.
Medic! Medic! We need a fucking medic!
Uh-oh. Okay, there we go. I still got the Distinguished Service Medal for minimizing tank casualties. Anyway, I guess now it's personal. So, we gotta find that dude. But anyway, that was mission... Wait, that was mission 11? Company of Heroes? Alright, have a nice day. Thank you for watching.